Michael Lockwood, better known as Crash Holly, was one of the most entertaining and innovative wrestlers of the Attitude Era, but it was his time as WWF Hardcore Champion that truly defined his legacy. No one before or after him embraced the chaos of the Hardcore Championship quite like he did. When he introduced the now legendary 24/7 rule, he transformed the title from a gimmick belt for violent brawlers into one of the most unpredictable and exciting aspects of WWF programming. His reign was filled with some of the wildest, funniest, and most unique moments in the history of the company, making him the greatest hardcore champion of all time. The WWF Hardcore Championship had already been a popular attraction when Crash won it for the first time in February 2000. The title, originally introduced in 1998, was meant for no rules, weapons-filled brawls that often spilled out of the ring and into the backstage area. Hardcore wrestlers like Mankind, Big Boss Man, and Al Snow had helped establish the championship, but it wasn't until Crash got his hands on it that the title reached its full potential. Instead of just competing in violent matches, he turned the Hardcore Championship into a spectacle. In March 2000, Crash introduced the 24/7 rule, which stated that the Hardcore Championship could be defended anytime, anywhere, as long as a referee was present. This seemingly small change altered the title forever. No longer confined to scheduled matches, the Hardcore Championship now existed in a state of constant danger, and Crash Holly, as its most prominent champion, became a man on the run. Unlike past champions who welcomed the chaos of hardcore matches, Crash wanted nothing to do with it. His title reign turned into an ongoing survival challenge, with challengers coming after him at all hours of the day, in the most absurd places imaginable. Crash's paranoia quickly became one of the most entertaining parts of WWF programming. He was constantly looking over his shoulder, clutching the title like his life depended on it, and sprinting away at the first sign of trouble. He even took the extra step of carrying the belt in a duffel bag with a padlock, trying to keep it safe from anyone looking to take advantage of the 24/7 rule. But no matter what precautions he took, he could never truly escape. Some of his most memorable defenses happened in completely unexpected locations. One of the most famous moments of his reign took place inside a children's play center called Fun Time USA, leading to a chaotic brawl that saw Crash scrambling through ball pits, climbing jungle gyms, and sliding down slides while desperately trying to hold on to the title. The image of Crash frantically diving into a pit of plastic balls, trying to escape his attackers, became one of the most iconic moments in Hardcore Championship history. These types of matches were a perfect showcase for his comedic timing and ability to mix humor with high-energy wrestling. Hotels, parking lots, laundromats, arcades, and even the middle of the street. There was nowhere Crash could go without someone attempting to steal his championship. He was even ambushed while he was asleep, pinned in his own hotel bed. No one was safe from the 24/7 rule, not even the referees. Despite always being on the run, Crash wasn't just a comedic champion, he was a survivor. Time and time again, he managed to escape with the title, often through quick thinking rather than brute force. He was frequently overmatched by bigger and stronger opponents, but he always found a way to escape by using his surroundings to his advantage. Over the course of his career, Crash held the Hardcore Championship a record-breaking 22 times, more than any other wrestler at the time. The sheer number of times he won and lost the belt only added to his legend, as it reinforced just how chaotic his time as champion was. As the Attitude Era began to fade and WWF transitioned into the Ruthless Aggression Era, the Hardcore Championship started to lose its appeal. The 24/7 rule was eventually phased out, and the title was absorbed into the mid-card scene, losing the unique charm that had made it so popular. Without the constant chaos that had defined his career, Crash struggled to find a new role in the company. He was used less frequently, and by 2003, he was released from WWF. On November 6, 2003, Crash Holly was found dead at the home of his friend Stevie Richards. He was only 32 years old. His death was ruled a suicide by drug overdose, with alcohol and prescription painkillers found in his system. Reports suggested that he had been struggling with personal issues and depression in the months leading up to his passing. His sudden death shocked the wrestling world, as Crash had been one of the most beloved figures of the Attitude Era. Crash Holly's reign as hardcore champion was unlike anything else in wrestling history. While others held the belt before him, no one made it as memorable, chaotic, and entertaining as he did. His mix of comedy, athleticism, and sheer desperation made him one of the most unique champions in WWF history. He turned what could have been a throwaway title into a highlight of every show, creating moments that fans still remember today. Though his life was tragically cut short, he will always be remembered as the greatest hardcore champion of all time.